In a world where no one communicates, a quiet and distant population where everyone keeps everything bottled in. My name is Luis Delgado, and this is my interpersonal speech on how to effectively communicate. I will be informing my audience on how I have improved on my communication skills and how I continue to improve on that skill. Everyone uses communication because it's really important for your relationships, on your job, and even school. Being able to communicate is a basic life skill, and it's beneficial to all of us, and it's extremely vital skill that'll help us in life. We're all in some personal type of relationships, and we all will be at a workplace at some point in our lives, which is why learning how to communicate is a priority, especially when you're in school. Communication is something that I had struggled all my life with. I used to be the one kid that is in the shell, and it took a while for me to open up. But after all these years, I have learned how to communicate and be more active, have more conversations, and just work on my skills more often. And why communication is important? Communicate in everyday situations. Communication is a skill that will benefit us, and communication is needed anywhere and pretty much everywhere. You got to communicate, like I said, with your jobs, at school. I mean, if you ever want to be a boss or something, you got to train your guys, you got to talk to them and teach them. And that's one of the reasons why communication is important. Communication in a relationship. Every relationship needs a good communication. Communication leads to a healthy relationship, which I highly agree. Both partners should be able to communicate. If you and your partner don't communicate, how are y'all supposed to know what y'all need? How are you supposed to keep your partner happy? Y'all communicate, and everyone goes through that when they're in relationships. Why is it important to properly communicate in the workplace? Communicating leads to good work relationships. Properly communicating gets work done, and learn how to communicate with your coworkers. And I do that every day when I work at my job, which is with the city of Angleton. Everybody tries to work together. We communicate, and we get the job done quick. If someone doesn't communicate, how are you supposed to know what needs to be done? Or when a boss tries to tell you something and you kind of just brush them off. Most of the time we communicate together, and like I said, we try to get the job done. Why communication is important in college? Yeah, it's a typo. It is important to ask a lot of questions. Speaking to your professor will be beneficial. Communicating with peers is crucial. You will have a higher success rate. I always try to communicate with my professors whenever I need help or something, or if I'm always not being able to go to class, or if I need help on my homework, or if I got a question on how to do something. It's important that you communicate with your professor. Like I said at the bottom, you have a higher success rate, and doing that, I promise you'll be more successful. I can barely see that. How to improve your communication skills. Express your feelings as best as you can. Ask a lot of questions, that's the main thing. And do not be afraid to speak up. I used to always be afraid to speak up, not anymore. Communication is needed everywhere, at all times, in every single situation. And it's our responsibility to always work on improving our skills. always try to better my communication skills no matter what, and in order for me to be successful in all aspects of life. Proper and efficient communication is required in everything, and it is never too late to start learning how to communicate. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. I hope you have a good one.